everybody. I'd like to welcome you guys to this special broadcast, as you may call it, or presentation on Sunday, the 8th day of May 2022. Um, Happy Mother's Day to all mothers, everybody who has been a mother to someone in their life. I want to say Happy Mother's Day to you. It's funny now. You don't even know who is having Mother's Day. Like everybody, every different denomination is having their own day that they regard as Mother's Day. So now these days, it's a little bit confusing, okay? But that notwithstanding, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to everybody who is celebrating their Mother's Day today. And if you had celebrated yours before, Happy Mother's Day to you. Now, especially today that I want to be talking about the thing that has already gone viral, okay, all over the place about the couple that was murdered. I want to recognize the act as very, very brutal. But today I'm going to be trying to reason outside the box, because if you know me very well, you know that I don't just jump into things anyhow. I didn't come on to talk about it immediately. I had to take my time. I had to ask some questions. I had to analyze things very critically, okay? And let me pause here to thank you if you've been with us for some time now, if you've always supported us, but to also ask that if today is your first time on our channel, that you do me a favor and make sure that you are subscribed to our channel. And if you're not, please make sure that you do. And if you're subscribed, make sure you click the notification bell and leave us a comment. The reason why we tell you to click the bell is that so you'll be notified every time we come live. Let me also take this opportunity to thank those of you who prayed, who were concerned about our being taken off the grid, as it were, by Facebook. I mean, by YouTube. Just to announce to you that YouTube has restored us, and we were demonetized before, but right now everything is good. So I want to thank you for that. Okay, it's a lot of struggle to maintain this social media thing that we do, but yeah, we're just doing our best. Do me one last favor and make sure that you spread this video, you share it around, and you invite as many people as possible. I have also seen, let me also start from where to start. Okay, there is this counter information out there about the video involving the Nigerian army couple. Let me say here that I saw a video. Okay, I had someone send me a video. This is a video that I couldn't even watch the whole video. Like, I didn't watch the whole video from beginning to end because of how horrific it is. I've tried to get myself to watch the video so that I can analyze it. I've watched a few clips, like I just watch it fast forward, but I've not been able to actually listen to all the audio, okay? But from what I saw, I can just confirm to you that there's a video that is circulating. But today we're going to be asking some questions. Now, these questions are the kind of questions I ask myself and the kind of questions I ask in a situation like this so that I can try to get down to the bottom of the matter and help to unravel this mystery, because there's so many things. There's so many things for us to actually go and try to unravel. Okay, there are so many questions that need to be asked. So many of them that need to be asked. And if we do not answer this question, then it will be difficult for us to say for real that the video that is circulating is actually what they say is circulating. Okay? All of a sudden, too, there's been this sudden attack on IPOB, and I'm also going to talk about that. A lot of people say, Dr. Chidi, we're confused about you sometimes. Where do you really belong? And then I have this wall in my studio where I have so many caps hanging. As I'm looking at it now, I see my construction hat, I see my Revolution Now beret, I see my army fatigue cap, I see my Igbo chieftaincy cap, I see a black cap, I see so many different caps. And because of that, I tell people, see, I tell people that I wear a lot of caps or hats, as you may call it. And each of them represents what I believe to, what I subscribe to in life. I am an Igbo man to the core, unapologetic Igbo man. And I ask you to be very patient with me because this is a very serious case. I'm going to take time to try to explain some things or clear the air on some issues so that it can make you understand what I'm going to say today and how I'm going to try to analyze what I'm analyzing today. So be patient with me, I beg of you. If you don't have credit to watch the whole thing, it's okay. You can go and come back later. But if you can, please just stay and listen. Now, and let me also appreciate everybody out there who's saying hello to me. I see a lot of your comments. I may not be able to attend to them, but I see you, Akinade Rocks, Abraham Uzoma, Favored, Owadiae, Sedos, GE, Jude, Mojeku, Henry, Majebi, SOG, Esther Luide, Nkechi, Okolike, and Wande Anderson, and the rest of you. I really, really appreciate you. And every other person who's going to be making comments, please keep the comments coming. Let me also thank those of you who were at the different shows that I had yesterday. You know, you were very, very active. I like the comments. I like the interaction on Ikenga Ragu's show and on Regina Askia's show yesterday. It's been a very hectic week. Now, I started by telling you that I am a concentrated Igbo man, an unapologetic Igbo man. You know that kind of Igbo man that is sending container in the high sea. Nah, man, what I find that is as in, if you are interacting with me, you have to be very conscious of the fact that this Igbo man is a very, very intellectual and educated personality. That kind of Igbo man, that's who I am. With the PhD and masters and everything, I am an unapologetic Igbo man. I am also, by virtue of the meaning of IPOB, which is the indigenous people of Biafra. By virtue of the meaning of that sentence, I am an IPOB. I'm not a member of the IPOB organization, which has the leader as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. However, I am a strong supporter of IPOB. I'm a strong believer in IPOB. I'm a strong believer in the agitation for the independent state of Biafra. I need this to be very clearly understood that I see myself as an indigenous person of Biafra. I also want to establish clearly that I am a member of the Revolution Now movement, whose founder is Omoyele Sowore. I am also a member of the Take It Back movement. I am also a member of the Revolution Now movement. I said that already, right? I'm also a member of the African Action Congress, just like I'm a member of the Igbo Union of Canada. I'm a member of the NCA, which is Nigerian Canadian Association. I was a past president of Enugu State Association and a past president of the Nigerian Canadian Association. I'm an architect. I own a construction company in Canada. And I belong to so many other organizations that I'm not going to bore you with tonight. But the reason I say this is because depending on what topic I'm talking about, depending on what I am saying, people tend to misunderstand me. I am also connected both in business and in social life with so many people from so many countries and tribes and religions. I also have very good friends who are not Igbo people. I have very strong ties with people who are from the Yoruba race, from the Ijaw race, from the Hausa race, even from the Fulani race. I have friends who are Tiv, I have friends who are Doma, I have friends who are Kalabari, I have friends who are Jukum, I have friends who come from almost every part of the 350 languages and more in Nigeria. I have friends everywhere. And this is because of the kind of person I am and interactions I've had with people in the past. Now, you have to understand that if you are in my shoes, you try to maintain all of these relationships and you live your life in a way that allows you and accommodates everybody. So if you really care to make to have certain kind of see this English, they give me problems sometimes. But if you're going to have some conspiracy theories about me, if you're going to start hating me, if you're going to conjure some things about me, make sure that you have the time to study who I am. Click on the internet, click my name, you see my biography, you see my profile, you see things about me, so that when you start talking, you don't make a fool of yourself. Or you come and start saying I'm claiming what I've never claimed anything that I am not. I've never said something that I am that I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. Okay? There's no reason for me to actually do that. So let me come back to what we're talking about. So many people jump up and they criticize IPOB right now. So many people are happy with the kind of negative news that is out there about IPOB. And a lot of people are afraid to associate with IPOB. Only very few people can do this kind of show that I'm doing right now and be doing it in support of IPOB and be mentioning ESN, the Eastern Security Network, and still say that they are in support of ESN. Only very few people can stand and say, yes, I donated money to ESN, and I did. The reason I'm saying this is, you ask Dr. Chidi, with all your education, with all your interaction with people, with all the experience you have, why would you identify with IPOB that, in quotes, is a proscribed organization by the Nigerian government? And recently, erroneously, people believe that the UK government has recognized IPOB as a terrorist organization. And these are all the things I'm going to touch. And I said erroneously because that was fake. Now let us go back to IPOB, which is the Indigenous People of Biafra. And so that I can tell you why you would see someone like me standing boldly to say that I support IPOB. It is because, and I'm going to share this with you, I'm going to go to the United Nations, which I know you believe in United Nations and what United Nations stands for. I'm going to go and show you one of the articles that are contained in the United Nations Charter of Human Rights. Now, for every member of the United Nations, this Charter of Human Rights is like a bigger constitution that supersedes that constitution that you have in your country. By superseding it, it doesn't set aside your constitution, but it forms a reference point because you are a signatory. There is no country that is called United Nations. United Nations, by virtue of its name, is a organization of nations who are united in purpose and actions or whatever. So they come together to make that body. And what is binding them is the agreement that they have together, that they all signed and said, this thing binds us together. And they say, because we are signatories to this thing, if anybody goes against it, there is different departments, different committees that will penalize this person and say, hey, you are a signatory to this document. But it is not by force. The day you say you're no longer part of United Nations, you stop, you pull out of it. And so they will not hold you responsible to it. The reason my wife questions me for coming back at a particular time and does not question my neighbor's husband is that my wife does not have an agreement with my neighbor's husband. My wife has an agreement with me. That's why she asks me some questions. That's why my wife can look at a chief like me and say, baby, why didn't you wash the plates? See, she can have those liberties at me. But let one woman from somewhere I don't know come and ask me to wash a whole chief like me, a woman, another, not a woman, even anybody will be telling me to, well, this thing concern me and them and washing plates. But you see, with my wife, because of our agreement, she has certain liberties with me. And I can also ask my wife, why don't you wear that trouser? Are you like that one? I used to show your bum somehow. Please, this is a day for serious talk, but you know who I am. I try to be myself. I'm trying to show you the seriousness of an agreement that binds nations together. And like I said, I'm going to share this with you. And what I'm going to share with you is the United Nations Charter of Human Rights, and it's UNDRIP. And under this is indigenous. This is under www.un.org, at least from United Nations website. It's under development. These are indigenous peoples, okay? And this is what it says. It says United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. And unless you don't believe that I am an indigenous person of Biafra, I'm a Biafran, you would take what I'm showing you seriously. And so this is United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. United Nations Declaration, okay. You see that logo there is from United Nations. It says, this is a resolution adopted by the General Assembly on the 13th of September 2007. And it says, take note of the recommendation of the Human Rights Council contained in the resolution, blah, 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 blah. It's resolution 28 by which it's decided to defer consideration, blah, 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 blah. Let's continue. Adopts the United Nations Declaration. Let's keep going. Okay. Guided by the purpose and principles of Charter, assumed state of accordance with Charter, indigenous people, affirming that indigenous people are equal to all other people while recognizing the right of all peoples to be different, to consider themselves different, and to be respected as such. affirming also that all peoples contribute to the diversity and richness of civilization. And it continues, and I want to show you where they have a right to self-determination. Okay, welcoming the fact that indigenous people are organizing themselves for political, economic, social, and cultural enhancement, and in order to bring to an end all forms of discrimination and oppression wherever they occur. Convinced that control by indigenous people over developments affecting them and their lands, territories, and resources will enable them to maintain and strengthen their institutions, cultures, and traditions, and to promote their development in accordance with their aspirations and needs. Recognizing that respect for indigenous knowledge, culture, and traditional practices contributes to sustainable and equitable development and proper management of environment, emphasizing the contribution of the demilitarization of the lands and territories of indigenous people to peace, economic and social progress and development, understanding and friendly relations amongst nations and peoples of the world. I mean, if I take this one by one and relate it to the people of Biafra, you would see why there was need and why it is no brainer that an organization like IPOB will just emerge. Because in this document, you will see what they are trying to protect, and this is what is happening in the Southeast. When they talk about emphasizing the contribution of demilitarization of the lands and territories of indigenous people, they're trying to say that when you demilitarize, when you remove all the 120-something checkpoints from one state to the other in the Southeast, it brings about calmness. Okay, let me continue. I really want to show you, but I think you should read it. I'm going to, because it might waste our time, I'm going to share the link with you guys, okay? But it's so important. There are so many of them where it will show you their right to self-determination. That's the one I really wanted you to see, but it's too long. Have the right to self, physical, collective rights, subjected, shall provide mechanisms prevent, and indigenous people and individuals have the right to be subjected to forced assimilation. Okay, let me even take this Article 8. It says indigenous people and individuals have the right to be subjected to forced assimilation and destruction of their culture. States shall provide effective mechanisms for prevention of and redress for any action which has the aim or effect of depriving them of their integrity as distinct people of their cultural values and ethnic identities. Any action which has the aim or effect of dispossessing them of their lands, territories, and resources. Does it sound like when you hear IPOB shouting about Fulani herdsmen in their farms? Does this action, see this action, any action that has the aim or effect of dispossessing them of their lands, territories, or resources, any form of forced population transfer which has the aim or effect of violating or undermining of any of their rights, any form of forced assimilation or integration. Does this remind you of the amalgamation? Do you understand? Look at it. Any form of propaganda designed to promote or incite racial or ethnic discrimination directed against them. Now we have come home to why I'm doing this video. Any form of propaganda. Is there a form of propaganda designed to promote or incite racial or ethnic discrimination against these people? Indigenous people and individuals have the right to belong to any indigenous community or nation in accordance with traditional customs of the community. So many things. Okay, so let me also look at the place that I started looking for this. You see, it says indigenous people have the right to self-determination. By virtue of that right, they freely determine their political status, and they freely pursue their economic, social, and cultural development. If you got, maybe if I click this, it might go to that. No, it brought us back to where I was before. Look at this question. Do nations have right to self-determination? Let's look at the answer. Paragraph 1 of this article provides that every person has the right to self-determination. By virtue of the said right, people can freely determine their own political status and freely pursue their economic, social, and cultural development. Ladies and gentlemen, with these few points of mine, I hope I have clearly demonstrated to you that the indigenous people of Biafra have every right to pursue their self-determination agenda, and that anybody who is spreading any form of propaganda to incite hatred, to incite killing of these people, that person is wicked, that person is doing an illegal act. And why am I picking on this right now? Is it by coincidence that all of a sudden every crime that is committed in the Southeast is put on IPOB, and by extension blamed on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Is it by coincidence that all of a sudden all the newspapers in Nigeria woke up with a hard-on? Yes, all of them just woke up with a hard-on. Their team was just standing. All of them just published IPOB now recognized as terrorist organization. Even our own dear Sahara reporters. I was really not happy. Why was I not happy? Because I know Sahara reporters are credible, in spite of what you may think. They are the most credible online newspaper in Nigeria. But sometimes they too can get it wrong. And this happens when sometimes you follow a story and it's not them that said it. It was actually published in the Home Office, but I think people took it out of context. And by the time Nigeria government was also congratulating the Home Office, the UK government, it made the story look like what it was not. But I am also happy that Sahara reporters quickly turned around when there was an article, a rebuttal that was published by the UK government, actually the UK embassy in Nigeria, saying that it is false. I can show you a lot of these things. They published an article saying, look, it is false. We did not say that IPOB was recognized as a terrorist organization. And is it also by coincidence that while all this is happening, this video now hits the social media airwaves and started showing where a military couple, a Nigerian military couple, purportedly a Nigerian couple being murdered brutally, in that video. Like I said, that video, I've not been able to watch it from beginning to end because it does not bring any joy to me. I was actually in a program yesterday, and one of the participants kept saying, Chidi, IPOB did not even put out any statement. How come IPOB? And I said, I had not even seen the statement that time, but I told him that the IPOB that I know, and I'm not talking about people who have broken off to form their own factions, but they don't want to give it their own name, still clinging on to IPOB. I'm not talking about their activities because they will equally answer to whatever they engage in. But that the main IPOB that I know about would not see that kind of thing and not release a statement. And surely a member, one of the participants, actually the chief host of the program, Regina Asker it was, she actually Googled while we were on the program, and she read a statement by a more powerful, condemning what happened and saying that IPOB has no hand in it. But my thing is, why are people just so excited? Are you trying to say that you can see clearly from what I wrote, what I just read to you, that IPOB has a genuine right to be asking for independence? It is their right. I'm telling you the truth. What someone does with their right is none of your business. Remember, Fela said, human rights are my property. You can't dash me human rights. Human rights is not something that I come and I appeal to you to give to me. It's not something I have to live up to your expectations. Do you understand? Remember the song, I'm not here to live up to your expectation. I think it's Peter Tosh or who. Nobody should have to cajole you to allow people to exercise their human rights. Anytime you see a breach of somebody's human rights, it is by another wicked person. And the people know exactly what they're doing. It's a shame that Nigeria, who is a signatory to that same charter, and who would go to other places and thank them for conducting a referendum, is scared to allow a referendum to be conducted in his own country, and is busy trying to demonize IPOB. And what is so shocking to me is that people in the Southeast are blinded by what is happening. I'm shocked that you are not able to see what is going on. Can't you understand what's about to happen? The Nigerian army, just like they've been doing before, they're about to unleash mayhem on the Southeast. That is what you should be worried about, even as we analyze this thing that happened. There was this rush, and I do not condone the killing of any human being. I don't care. I don't like it. I don't condone it. But be careful. Be careful when you visit violence on people and people act in self-defense. Then they might do what they have to do. But there is this hurry to put the story out there and put it on IPOB, put it on ESN, put it on Biafra, put it on young people in the Southeast, and there's this urge for Nigerian army to go in and do what you must do. And the whole story doesn't add up for me. Like I told you, Nigerian army, criminals, anybody out there has done, so many people have done terrible things that are on video. Some of them that you can't even watch them. So that's what we're saying. That's what we're crying about, the level of insecurity in Nigeria. So people have been killed and their heads cut off. It's not the first time. As horrible as it is, the government we have been telling you about these things happening. Boko Haram has cut off a lot of people's heads. Why hasn't the Nigerian army or the Nigerian government put the pictures of these people who were killed by Fulani headsmen and Boko Haram and all kinds of people, ISWAP? Why haven't you put up their pictures and told us how you feel? Or is one life better than the other life? How about when 100 people were killed in a place? How about when 60 people were killed in another place? How about recent killings all over the place? Why don't you put up the picture and sympathize and vow to move in? How about when the train was attacked, the train that was attacked on Kaduna Road? You knew the people that were killed. We saw the young Igbo girl that was killed, the girl that was going, a doctor. Why didn't the Nigerian army say, because of this girl that was killed, we're going to raid the people, we're going to find out where they are, we're going to discover where they are? Oh, my brain is telling me something. Oh, you actually know where those people are. Oh, because El Rufai said they know this, they know the location where the people are. So this is not even that we are going to, like they said in this case, we are going to find out where they are. No. This is that you know where the people are. And up till now, you have not done anything. In fact, the latest is that you are going to release 68 or so of terrorists that you have, confirmed terrorists. This is not like whether or not, confirmed terrorists that you have. You caught them shooting, they killed people. You're going to release them in exchange for the people that are being held by the terrorists. And this is the same highly sophisticated, intelligent Nigerian army who will soon discover that the people that purportedly killed the Nigerian army couple are in Imo State, Anambra State, Enugu State, young people who not armed. You're going to soon discover them, and you're going to go and burn their villages and kill people. This is just an excuse. I know you're going to say, Chidi, you're biased, but look, people like me, we see beyond what some people don't see. Because that is where you're going to. You're going to move in now and begin to kill people to justify that it's army people that were killed. But don't believe this only from me. Let's go back. Let's go back to what the Nigerian army released as the invitation, wedding invitation of the people that were purportedly killed. Now, remember again, this is under investigation. And what I'm just throwing out right now is my opinion as at the time of this report. As things develop, and I've also sent people around. Like, for instance, like I'm going to show you right now, I've sent people to Benue State. We need to find out this church where they were supposed to have the wedding. But, excuse me, let me not run ahead of myself. Let me show you this. Let me show, this is the invitation. This is the wedding invitation of this couple who were purportedly killed by unknown gunmen. And I'm going to come back to that definition of unknown gunmen that people always hear, and they when I tell you that people get a hard on these days, you'll be very, very surprised. Which side will I even stay to do this thing? Maybe I should remove my picture to get this thing working. Okay, let me take this out and find a better way to bring this, because we're going to be analyzing this, and I want us to you know what I should do? I'm going to go down. I'm going to go and I'm going to go to my to one of these apps that we use, so that I can be blowing it up. Like, I want to be able to blow it up and show you guys what. So you follow me and see what I'm seeing, Abby. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to that. How do we even do this now? Because I want you people to be seeing what I'm seeing. Control A, crop it, then we can all see it together. Okay, so this one I will share. When I share this, it will make better sense. To make better sense. So I'm going to use Paint. A lot of you know about Paint. So this is the wedding. This is the wedding invitation that was shown. Okay, so I want to know the families of Mr. and Mrs. James Shane, and that of late Mr. and Mrs. Matthew Oguzie. Matthew Oguzie. Okay. Okay. 7. This is where they live. 78th Street, BDE, Sokoto. Okay. wedding ceremony, MWO Linus, Musa, Aldo, and Private Miss Gloria Matthew. The first thing I noticed that I don't understand why it was done is I noticed that the wedding ceremony is to be at Spirit Field Christian Center, Makurdi, Benue State. Mind you, I'm not jumping to any conclusions right now, but these are the things that even IPOB is asking people to really think about. So we need to know the real location of this church. I looked online, I couldn't get it. I'm hoping that by tomorrow, I'll get the kind of information that I need. And this ceremony is supposed to take place on the 30th of April 2022. Okay. And now the RSVP, there is a flower that is used to block the RSVP. I don't know whether it was there before or they blocked it for the purposes of this thing. And so that's just what that's the main thing that makes me say, come, this thing is a little bit fishy. But we'll come back to that. Like I said, this is just for now. Also, take care. I mean, note the date and time for the wedding. 30th of April 2022, 9:30 a.m. Okay, this is what is on the wedding. This is when the wedding is supposed to happen. So you can imagine that a wedding is supposed to happen in Benue State in the morning. A wedding that's supposed to happen in Benue State in the morning. And this is about the same time that this thing happened. Now, let me see what somebody's saying here. I said, Dr. Chidi, those couple killed were not from the southeast. They are from Benue State. Please check Emma Powerful's statement. Of course, I'm coming to that. That's why I'm saying this. That's why I'm saying this. Let's go back to what Emma Powerful released, and I'm going to show you guys what Emma Powerful released today. So this is the statement by Emma Powerful. Now, again, I'm going to copy it and share it where all of us can have a look at it, so that you follow me and see what me too I'm seeing. Now, this is an IPOB release. I'll post it here. It may not be, I don't know if you can take the whole thing. Okay, it didn't take the whole thing. It didn't take the whole thing. So let's go. Maybe I'll be able to post it here on this. Okay, let's post it here and see if it goes. Okay, it goes, but just allow me to do one or two things that will make it very, very visible, and then we all can look at it together. Okay, because if I'm saying this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, it is important that you also see it from how I'm seeing it. It's important that you see why I'm saying what I'm saying. Let's see. Just give me a second. Just give me a second, and I'll be able to post this. I want us to analyze what Emma Powerful, who is the IPOB spokesperson, what he wrote. And for those of you who are asking, Chidi, why is this of any concern to you? It is because we must expose anything that looks like mischief, anything that looks like mischief or the administration, because I don't like this administration. I don't hide it now. I don't like it. So if they are planning any mischief or any reason to have to go into the southeast and start killing, instead of going after, in fact, you will expect that when something like this happens, that the security forces will move in and do what is expected of them. But instead, they will not. So that's why you see people like us quickly Just when you want this thing to work, it's not working. Guys, please, I just plead for you guys to be patient, okay? Okay. Um, so I'm gonna share this page like I promised, and we will see. I put it in bold letters, and it is a statement from Emma Powerful about what happened. Maybe we'll stop wherever it allows us to, but let's read it together. I just put it on the Paint app so that we can all read it together. I will also post the one that it allowed me to post on the comments. It didn't allow me to post everything, but look and you will see what I've also posted on the comment there. Okay. So let me share this one. So this is what Emma Powerful posted. Now I'm going to zoom into it. And Emma Powerful says that killing of army couple is a small screen by the military to invade Igbo land. We, the global family of the indigenous people of Biafra, under our great leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has come to the knowledge of the military plans to invade Igbo land in the name of looking for the criminals and hoodlums who murdered the newly married army couple in Imo State. We want the soldiers to be mindful and apply professionally in their duties because the world is watching. IPOB is a peaceful movement and not responsible for the wicked murder of the said couple. We are aware that soldiers are setting up the ground to invade Igbo land and to massacre innocent people. Why? The news about the killing of the couple is not clear to the public. It is questionable that we still don't know why people are not asking questions like, how did the killers manage to spot these soldiers among many commuters? Were they on their private car or public vehicle when they were caught and killed by the criminals? Where exactly were they killed or murdered? Why is it that the report didn't answer the questions? Why did the report just say on their way to Imo State? Where particularly in Imo State did the heinous crime occur? Were they uniform or mufti? Were they in uniform or mufti? I think, yeah, were they in uniform or mufti? Does it mean that media houses cannot afford to ask these probing questions? Nigerian soldiers must be lying and should stop any further plan to commit genocide in the eastern region. Enemies of Biafra, freedom, and IPOB are jumping up and down accusing IPOB without proper investigations. We are raising this alarm to alert the general public to disregard the accusations against IPOB or ESN operatives about these young officers who were murdered in cold blood. Can someone that has been retired wear military uniforms while traveling? Can a reasonable soldier still move around Imo State wearing his or her military uniform with the crimes the army and the Bubago militia, including recruited hoodlums, are committing in Olu zone? How come the killers were too fast to put a call to the alleged family or friend and post it online immediately? We want to know the point they are trying to prove. Exactly. Because they were not demanding for money in the audio that was posted. They just kept saying, and they said, and the funny thing is, what I also want to point out, in the audio which was played, they said, we are unknown gunmen. Every time people commit this crime, they say they are unknown gunmen. Do you know why? We have seen Boko Haram soldiers and claim responsibility. Sorry. The way and manner their atrocity happened looked like the signature of tune of flying terrorists. No reasonable Igbo or Biafran will make video of a rape action and beheading of an innocent fellow. It sounds very strange. Those behind the wickedness just want to demonize IPOB, yet the real mass murderers in the north kill and maim with impunity without any army rushing to the press. It's unfortunate many people are not asking the right questions. How is it possible for IPOB to go after a soldier, kill him or her, and make a video saying that they did it on video, saying and mentioning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu name, when they are aware that the same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is facing charges and will not like killing innocent citizens? Soldiers, do you people think that IPOB and ASN members are daft? Even if you don't like IPOB, I still know you can see reason properly. We have seen Boko Haram kill soldiers and claim responsibility. I'm going to stop reading here. plenty of things that you can go and read for yourself. The thing is everywhere. It's even on our community page. But if you're not subscribed, you are not going to see it on our community page. Thank you, Dr. Erica. I think Dr. Erica has posted a lot of it. Okay. All right. So it is very, very clear. It's very, very clear what is on the ground. I am not saying that any one death is more important than the other death, but I can tell you that in the northeast, in the far north, Boko Haram has killed soldiers, beheaded them, and put them on poles, and shown Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen have gone into villages in the southeast. Go to Obabinimbo, I think it's called, those boundaries between Benue and Enugu states. They have butchered women. They have cut open their tummies and killed babies from women's wombs, just like they are talking about in the Bible. Remember Governor Autumn of Benue State? Remember how many times he tried to complain about Fulani herdsmen killing people? Nigerian soldiers aiding and abetting. You seen how many Nigerian soldiers they caught? The kidnaps that were going on, they come to confess that they were involved. And so why is this particular? And the way they say, on their way to Imo State, you already are in Imo State causing mayhem. There are videos on the internet where Nigerian soldiers just come and kill people. You see, you're not being professional. I can tell you unequivocally that the situation in the southeast has gone out of hand. I've said it repeatedly that there are criminals who have now adopted IPOB as their brand name so that they can commit any atrocity they want to commit. People go and engage in bank robbery, and they will tie Biafran flag on their head so that when it will give them free passage, where people are supposed to shout and attack them, people will be hailing them when their car passes through, not knowing that these people have just gone to rob. People have gone to kidnap people on the days that sit at home is being enforced. And you should understand that IPOB, the real IPOB, have said we are no longer involved in the sit at home. So the people enforcing sit at home are the people that sit at home is beneficial to them. That's the question you should be asking. So if somebody decides that on the day of sit at home in broad daylight, they will enter the market and break people's shops and steal their things, and when they are driving past, they'll shoot gun and they will tie Biafra. So one of my friends was arguing with me, and he said, but don't you see they are shouting ESN? Don't you see they are shouting IPOB? And I asked him, does it mean that every black man that steals in North America is an Igbo man or is my brother? Even though they are my African brother, even though they are my black brother, so once they are a black man, they are connected. It's me and them that share the loot from the thing. Or when they just published news that Nigerians, they found some stolen cars, they tracked it back to Nigeria. So now somebody in Canada will come and stand in front of me and say, Chidi, you're a thief. And I say, why? He said, because I saw in the news that they tracked the stolen car to Nigeria. The thunder will go fire that person, they never manufacture it. You understand what I'm saying? So you shouldn't, because people wear so all the time that people wear army uniform. Okay, now because I'm wearing a camouflage, a camo hat, why don't you go and share this video and say one military man in Canada came and did video? Why don't you carry a picture of me because I'm wearing this cap now? Go and say one military man in Canada do video. You won't do that because you know I'm not a military person. You know I bought this one. You know I bought this one for Walmart. How much, self? If not to wear the cap, they make somebody. I have another cap, self. I can go and bring another cap for you. I have plenty of them. I can wear anything I want here because this is a country that recognizes people's freedom, not like our messed up country. So my warning in all this, even when but just people should just be careful and watch the mischief that is developing. This is a clearly hatched plan, but I think it's going to explode in their faces. It is not by accident that everything happened progressively. The last part of it was, let's push this thing out, push this thing out. IPOB is killing people, IPOB is killing people. They killed the man and the woman. They are a terrorist group. And then the publication in so many newspapers that IPOB has now finally been recognized as a terrorist organization. And when we came and said, no, this is not true, a lot of you are like, Chidi, what? I don't even understand you. Why do you support IPOB? I thought you always show, right? And my question, you think that to be an Igbo man is something you go and belong? You don't choose to belong. Even IPOB, you can choose to belong to IPOB organization or choose not to belong to IPOB organization. But your Biafran-ness, your Igbo-ness, because the Biafra is not by force. But me, I know myself. I know I'm Biafran. I know I'm Igbo. It is not something that I choose to belong. It is something that I am. I am. That is it. Somebody said, Chidi, you don't know what you're talking. Okay, now, I agree with you. Maybe you should tell me what I'm talking about. Ken Ihezu. Tell me now so that I know what I'm talking about. People should be very, very careful the way they are telling this story. Let us do the proper investigation. Let us understand what happened. If people, if we eventually determine clearly that someone has committed a gruesome murder, that person who committed the murder should be made to pay the price for the crime they committed. And don't go and get some people and put a gun to their head and then put a camera in front of them and tell them, the only thing that will make us leave you is if you do this video and you say, and you say that you must say that it's Nnamdi Kanu that sent you to say it. Say that it's Nnamdi Kanu. And have you ever thought about the environment? The environment that people are in when they are making some videos? Have you ever thought about that? You know, some of you, when you watch a movie, you watch Nigerian movie, you like the movie. Some questions that you even ask in the movie, I keep wondering, do you know what goes into making a movie? Do you know that set where that person is acting that movie, that there are about 50 other, sometimes 100 people that are right there, and only one person, you see only one person. Music will be going, that person will be doing like this. You start shaking, you're afraid because that person is in a lonely place. If they zoom back, you see that person is surrounded by cameras, lights. There's even a microphone on their head like this. You see me here, my studio is looking bright, see, if I show you what is going on in my studio here, you don't even know. So don't go and bring somebody and put guns around it. In fact, shoot somebody, kill somebody before you now bring the video. If you don't say it, you die like that person. Then that person will say, is Nnamdi Kanu that give us gun to go shoot, and we shoot. It is us that killed the soldier. It's me. They tell us to shoot and we shoot. Don't go and do that. It won't work this time around. You should be professional, like IPOB has released in their statement. Go after the person professionally, arrest the person. IPOB has told you, we did not send anybody. No youth in the Southeast has done meeting to go and do what happened. You should do your job and After that, go and arrest whoever you think perpetrated that act. Okay? And for those of you who were jumping up when you saw that, when you read that IPOB was now recognized as the terrorist organization, I hope you also had the 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 patience, or you did your research, you continue to follow up to find out that the UK government, because most of the newspapers that published this, they didn't go back. They didn't go back to publish the counter. Excuse me. They didn't do that, which is very wrong of them, because I look why I'm mentioning Sahara Reporters is because I know a lot of you, knowing my relationship with Omoyele Sowore, and that he is a convener in the Revolution Now movement and the Take It Back movement and the African Action Congress. You reached out to me. You obviously thought I had the power. You obviously thought I had the power to influence Omoyele Sowore, which I find very, very, what would I say now? It's a lot of flattery, okay? It's flattery, but it's a wrong flattery, okay? I appreciate your thinking. I have the power, but I I don't have that. I don't have that power. Some Dennis Osuna says you will know the truth where they are going at the time of their untimely demise. The killing of 4 persons in the video grew someone. Of course, it grew someone. So that's what I'm saying. Let's do the research. Let the authorities do what they are supposed to do. Okay, we just don't want to see the killing of young men as a result of this incident. I hope, Dennis, you understand what I'm saying. What we are saying is the rush to paint the story and to incite, you have to understand, to incite violence in a community because of this, it does not help. I'm saying this because we have seen it happen several times. Anytime there is an established conflict between the army and 1 or 2 people, the army will go into the village and kill people and burn down houses. It has happened all the time. And our argument is, why don't they do it when there's an argument, when there's a clash between army and Boko Haram? We should hear that they entered inside one book and just cleared the whole people in that place. Why didn't we see it when the people? Okay, you're talking about, what about when they killed the army general, the army officer? What about when they attacked Nigerian Defense Academy, and abducted people? And they abducted them, and they know these people, they didn't fly now, they didn't use jet plane. They still use leg and Okada. And as at the time they were reporting this, these people have not even covered up to 60 kilometers. They didn't even go out of Kaduna because they know where their camp is. You can use a drone now. Why didn't the army jump up and do this kind of things? Why didn't the whole village go to be leveled out? Not that I'm saying I expect that, because that is wrong. But I'm saying, why do you pick and choose how to act depending on where it is coming from? Why would you want to give a dog a bad name just so that you can hang that dog? Does it make sense? Absolutely not. I don't think it makes sense. It's just a clear case of mischief. Okay, so that's why that's exactly what we're talking about. And just for the benefit of those of you who still are jumping up and saying, oh yeah, the UK government finally declared IPOB as a terrorist organization, I'm going to share with you once more what is the truth about the situation as published by the UK Embassy in Abuja. This is not like somebody said. This one is not IPOB that said it. This is from the UK Embassy. And of course, you know why we're doing this. We're holding everybody accountable. So this is a publication by the British High Commission, Abuja, statement on the UK government publication of 13 April country policy and information notes. Note, Nigeria, separatist group in Southeast. We are aware, and this is the British High Commission emblem. It is on the 6th of May 2022. That is 2 days ago. We are aware of inaccurate reporting circulating in the media and online. Inaccurate reporting that the UK government has added the indigenous people of Biafra to its UK list of terrorist groups or organizations and banned under UK law. These reports are untrue. You know, one funny thing about our people that I find ridiculous. If you heard it from another Chidi, what I was saying, if you heard it from Chidi, it will be different. But when you hear it from the Oyibo people themselves, maybe you believe it. Somebody said, let's say, Chidi, you are aware of who gave the orders live on radio to the events of today, or you are going to continue pondering to generate income through your views. You see, if you have any information, just go ahead and say it. I don't play these games. Okay. Why are you why I'm on my channel, you're telling me of something that happened in another person's channel. Like you think I have time to go and listen to that. I could listen to it if it's important, but I was on two channels yesterday doing an interview. I covered Omoyele Showere's interview today, and today is Mother's Sunday. I also need to carve out time for my family, and then I set up my own broadcast, and I need to do research and gather information. And now I'm talking, and you're here telling me that Chidi, you know what happened. Tell us what happened right here. There's no hiding. You're already here, so I challenge you, Mickey Obi, to just write what information you have to write. Nobody has monopoly of information, and information moves so fast these days. So please, I don't know what you're talking about. And if you have anything to say it already, okay? I'm not aware, please. So back to what we're reading. This is what the British government says. It says the inaccurate reporting relates to 13th April 2022, a publication by the UK government of a revised country policy and information notes on separatist groups in Southeast Nigeria, including the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. CPIM provides country of origin information. Let's go down. It says, it's the important thing there. All asylum and human rights claims made in the United Kingdom are considered on their individual facts in accordance with our obligations under the United Nations Refugee Convention and European Convention on Human Rights, taking into account relevant background, country information, and case law. Do you understand? The CPN on separatist groups in the Southeast, including the indigenous people of Biafra, provides a general assessment of risks faced by individuals belonging to these groups. These assessments are based on an analysis of publicly available country information obtained from a wide range of reliable sources, including media outlets, UK and other governments, local, national, and international organizations, and non-government organizations. Bottom line is this, that if you are seeking for asylum, the governments of these countries will look at your case on an individual basis. Let me shock you and tell you that somebody who is a member of Boko Haram could actually escape from Boko Haram camp and manage to find their way to UK and seek asylum. It is not your business. It is not my business to know whether they are genuine or not. They will have to be processed through the system. The system will recognize that they are a Boko Haram militant that is seeking asylum. And they will have to, first of all, process him, accord him every right that he has under United Nations Charter for Human Rights. Under a refugee, they have another one for refugees. And then they will provide every kind of security to make sure that this person doesn't become a security threat to other citizens, but they will process him or her. It is only after they've put him through their refugee judicial system and through a court of competent jurisdiction, yes, even though it's a Boko Haram person, Al Qaeda, whatever, determined terrorists, to they will have to prove it through their courts that this person is not fully de-radicalized and will not be a threat to the society before they allow that person to be accommodated under their refugee system. Otherwise, this person, after they've proven that this guy is fake, this guy is still, and they will use so many things to determine that. If they determine that he's still radicalized, they might now have reason to send him back to where he is coming from, or send him to something they think that might help him, either go to rehabilitation or put him through a system that will help him to become to become de-radicalized. That's the way it works. So that I just wanted to prove to you, so that those of you who are jumping up, because when someone is going through something, don't be too happy about it. When they are going through their own obstacles in their way of freedom, because the same way they suffered, you too may have to suffer that way if you don't do anything about it. If these guys succeed in demonizing IPOB, they will come to demonize Revolution Now. Remember how they tried so hard. So now you know why I feel the way I feel. They said Omoyele Sowore was a terrorist. They say him and Nnamdi Kanu are coup plotters. So the next thing they say, Revolution Now is a criminal group. They will try to spread the news. You saw this UK government saying that they get news from releases, from government statements. So when and from the press. So when they succeed in saying that Omoyele Sowore is a terrorist, they say Revolution Now is a terrorist organization. Take It Back is a terrorist organization. AAC is a terrorist organization. Yoruba Nation is a terrorist organization. Middle Belt something is a terrorist organization. So that's why they must not succeed in one. And with that, I have come to the end of my broadcast today. I really want to thank you for staying on the program. We will keep you guys informed and updated as we get more information about this couple that were gruesomely killed in the video. Whether they are military people or they are not military people, there is no excuse to murder anybody at all, any human being like that. And I believe the people who committed that gruesome act, it doesn't matter wherever it was done, are in the wrong if their reason for killing, I don't even know what their reason is. Let me also throw this free one out there so that it will help you to analyze things when you hear it. When there was a shooting of INEC people, the people recording the video said, "We are UGM. We are UGM." And you've seen so many videos where people have said, "We are UGM." UGM is unknown gunmen. An unknown gunman means an armed robber who went and stole and had a gun and shot in the air and escaped with money belonging to the bank. They are unknown gunmen until the police can unravel the mystery behind them and identify who they are. When you identify them, they now become identified gunmen. So there is nobody with the name identified gunmen. Just like when you come to North America and somebody says Jane Doe. If you look for Jane Doe from now till tomorrow, you will not find anybody called Jane Doe. So so if somebody is trying to do you 419 and they tell you that their name is Jane Doe, you will be the biggest fool to believe that you're talking to somebody. No. Jane Doe is just a fictitious name. So when you hear that unknown gunmen have unknown gunmen did something, that means unknown gun, it's no particular, it's not anybody. Okay, so please just know it that there's no particular person called unknown gunmen. People have used that to just and they do it so unintelligently. Okay, so that they'll put it. And I think another reason why they do it, why they will not do the video and say we are IPOB this that, because they know IPOB will come after them and fish them out. And don't some people have said, why doesn't ESN go after these people? Is that really ESN's duty? The same people who do not support the activities of ESN, you're now shouting for ESN to go and find out. Let the police and the military do their job. That's what they are there to do. Let them be the ones doing the investigation and finding out what is happening and dealing with the people appropriately. Thank you so much. And remember, we're back on YouTube fully, so everything is working. So please make sure you share our videos and that you give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment. Happy Mother's Day again to everybody. And remember that I'm not asking you to be involved in politics, but if you must consider anybody who is right for the job of Nigerian president, who as president will allow referendum, will allow Biafra, will allow Oduduwa Nation, can they appeal to you to consider Omoyele Sowore? And if you're Biafran and you're asking me, Chidi, why should I vote for Omoyele Sowore? I'll ask you, who were the people that have been showing up for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's trial? Did any of our Biafran or Igbo politicians show up? No. How many of these politicians even support the Biafra cause? Think about that, okay? And on behalf of Dr. Erica, I'll see you guys very soon, okay? Take care and bye-bye.